you've written a number of pieces after Clinton Cash. You talked about the Bidens. There are a number of empires that exist in Washington, D.C., where what the Clintons did is just the archetype. You have a family member who is in power, and then you have other family members who basically sell access to that power and who sell the ability to lever that power. You saw it with the Clintons. You saw it with the Menendezes. I mean, heck, even the former Republican chairman of the Intelligence Committee, Senator Burr, his son and wife were lobbyists. How would you like to go against them if your matter was before some tribunal? And so, like, can you talk about this methodology of corruption in Washington and its nature across the political spectrum?
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. I would add Mitch McConnell to that list. It's a bipartisan problem. And look, what the Clintons did was it was proof of concept in a lot of respects. They demonstrated that, number one, what I call offshoring corruption. In other words, it's not the elected official that's actually getting the deal or making the money per se. They're not the ones that are even having the conversation with the foreign influencers. It is a family member. In the case of the Bidens, of course, it was Hunter Biden. In the case of the Clintons, it was Hillary or Bill, depending on who was in power. And so it's offshoring corruption, and our ethics laws have not kept up with this methodology. You see the same thing with the insider trading stuff. You know, Nancy Pelosi saying, well, it's not my stock picks, it's my husband that's making these highly selective and remarkably good stock picks. So we need to understand the offshoring corruption. The other thing we have to understand, Matt, is the Clintons, it was proof of concept of globalized corruption. We all understand, you know, the congressman from Iowa who gets a federal paving contract for his cousin. We understand that kind of run-of-the-mill corruption that needs to be dealt with. What the Clintons said was, we've got this whole big, beautiful world, and we've got all these corrupt countries like China and Russia and Ukraine that have much lower ethical standards than the United States. Let's go there and we can make a fortune. So they demonstrated that globalizing corruption is the way to go, which makes it, I think, even worse. It's bad enough to have a crooked cousin back in the district making money, but if you've got foreign oligarchs or governments like China that want bad things for us, they're making money and gaining access, that's 100 times worse.
Yeah, we'd rather have neither, but if we have to have corruption, can at least it reside as America First corruption, not corruption right. that has to reach across oceans and global boundaries. But you make such an important point. It is a more relevant book today, Clinton Cash, than even when you wrote it, because now the concept has been proven. Because Jeff Sessions didn't do what I asked, because there was no real review, this is now the game plan that is run over and over, and it's why so many decisions get made that don't serve the people of our country.